T. Gray and MK, you are now cleared for flight school takeoff.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
We have coffee and cha-ching, all right? Because we're gonna show you how to make that Ibüümerang money today, coffee and cha-ching. Let's get down to business. We're gonna talk about how to build your business, and we're gonna drop the secrets to Ibüümerang success. Thank you, Damo. Coffee and profits today, okay? How to build your Ibüümerang business. These are the secrets to Ibüümerang success, and I'm gonna warn you up front. I have no original material. I'm really not that smart. I'm just smart enough to listen to and follow the people who have done it. It sounds so simple, but yet it's crazy how few people actually do it. When I met Holton Buggs back in 2004, your CEO, your visionary leader, I knew immediately that he was someone who was doing what I wanted to do and getting the results that I wanted to get. So I checked my ego out the door and I said, teach me. And he taught me. And I wrote it down and I practiced it. And whatever he taught me that day, I would leave and I would go do it immediately. And whenever he taught me a better way than the way I was doing it, I immediately stopped doing what I was doing. I immediately stopped doing what I thought I should be doing. I would immediately reverse myself if I had already instituted a process or a system with my team that was something I thought was the way to go about it. But now Holton taught me something different. I would stop. Like I would get on my team call and tell people, we're no longer doing that. Holton just taught us a better way. This is what we're doing now. No pride. There's no room for pride. Pride and profits don't go in the same place. So this is the preamble. As we go through this training, if you hear something that's different than what you have been doing, don't do it the way you've been doing it anymore. Because that's why you're not making money. If you were making money, if you were having success, you would be on here training. If you were making money and you were having success, we would call you on Thursday or Friday and be like, hey, can you train on flight school? If you didn't get the phone call, it's because your way doesn't work. Oh yeah, it's gonna be one of those type of days. You ready? If you're ready, say I'm ready. Put in chat. Facebook is not streaming. Tell those lines, so tell those people to get on Zoom. All right? Facebook doesn't like us. We did something to Facebook and they don't forgive us. Okay? All right. So let's get down to business. For the first part is what is your goal in building the business, right? You have to be very clear on what it is that you want. You have to be very clear on that. And what you want is you want to build a business. Let this slide in the middle so I can look at it and stay in the camera. You want to build a business that is solid, that can be sustained, that can be duplicated, that is repeatable, meaning every month it's the same or better, and that is profitable. A business that makes money, not a business that costs you money. You don't want to be perpetually running your business in the red, okay? Let's see here. According to my computer, Facebook is streaming. Okay, can you guys still hear me? Am I coming across okay?
Yes.
Thank you, Anastasia. Okay. All right, excellent. Thank you, brother. Okay, so, and you also want to build a real business. And this is really important as a concept. Because one of the things that I have seen is as a reason why people fail is because they don't treat or view their Ibüümerang business as seriously as they treat and view other businesses that they might be a part of, like their job. They're more serious in terms of their approach to their job. They're more serious in terms of their approach to their other companies or their other businesses. They're more disciplined, right? I was talking to someone who owns a very, very profitable business yesterday. And I asked this individual, do you run that business the way you run Ibüümerang? Because if you do, that business is going out of business. I want you guys to digest that for a second. You want to run your Ibüümerang business the way you run your other business. You know that job you have, you go there every day, right? You go there a certain time and you stay a certain time. So you go there, you do the things that you need to do and that are expected of you. You need to run your Ibüümerang business the same way, with the same amount of discipline, integrity, and focus. Okay. All right. So very, very important that you want to build this as a real business in your mind. Okay. Now, in our business, we have business milestones. They're called ranks. And the reason we do it with ranks is because we can't do it with money. Right? The reason we do it with ranks is because we can't do it with money. We can't say, this person's making $1,000 a month. This person's making $5,000 a month. This person's making $20,000 a month. We can't do that. So what we do instead is we have ranks. And those ranks represent income bands. Like a person, if you're a diamond in Ibüümerang, if you're a brand new diamond in Ibüümerang, you're making approximately, again, remember our disclaimer, $20,000 a month. Now, remember, diamond goes from diamond all the way up to blue diamond, 200,000 points a month, $200,000 of business a month to $499.99 business a month, thousands, right? So that means that a diamond could be making between $20,000 and $50,000 a month, right? But we can't say that. So we say diamond. Okay. Now, here's the deal, though. Here's the deal. You want to achieve diamond based on structure so that you have a business that doesn't hit diamond just one time and never requalifies diamond, but a business that hits diamond all the time. When you achieve sapphire, you want to be a sapphire every month. When you achieve ruby, you want to be a ruby every month until you become an emerald. And once you become an emerald, you want to hit emerald every month, right? And in order to do that, you want to build on structure, not on enrollments. Hopefully you're writing these in your notes. So you want to build on structure, not on enrollments. Enrollments might get you there. If you have a surge in enrollments, you may have the volume. If you have 100 people join your business at first class in the same month, it's going to make you a diamond. But if you want to stay a diamond, you have to have structure. Okay. Yuri, that's the right question to ask. What is structure? Well, structure is, again, the division of people in your business. But structure is also, what do people do after they enroll? And this is where the brick concept comes in. If you build your business based on the brick concept, then you will achieve ranks and you will stay at those ranks. Okay. So when you build based on enrollments alone and you don't have a system and structure behind it, you're going to have people come in that are going to do 1,000 points 1 month, right? But the next month they're going to do 100, 150, maybe 300. And so you're going to have 10% to 30% of the volume that you had. So you might have 200,000 1 month because you had 100 people join at first class. But the next month you have 20,000 points because those people are just doing a subscription. But if you taught all those people to do bricks, instead of each person coming in at 1,000 points and then only doing 100, 150, or 300, you'd have all those people doing 1,800 points a month. And so you would have, if you created that as a business culture in your business, then if you had 100 people come in at first class, and you went diamond because of that, then the next month you would still be diamond and you'd be actually on your way to blue diamond. Does that make sense? So, sorry, it's 200 people, not 100 people, 200 people. Okay, so that's what we mean by structure. Hopefully that helps you. And this is why people struggle. This is why we have people who achieve Sapphire who've never achieved it again. This is why we have people who achieve Ruby but have never achieved it again. This is why we have people who achieved Emerald or Diamond or even the higher Diamond ranks but have never achieved it again because they don't understand this concept. And so we're going to explain it to you today. And you see my slides are very plain, right? For two reasons. Number one, and probably closer to the truth, is because I ran out of time. And number two is because, okay, well, now you can just focus on what you need to focus on. All right. You won't get distracted by the pretty pictures. So what are the keys to success? Thank you, Bonnie, for the laughter. I appreciate you. Okay. Keys to success. We're gonna cover a few things today. We're gonna cover what are the keys to success, how to grow your team, and your customers. Okay. These are the things we're gonna cover today. All right. So the keys to success. First key to success is consistency. All right. So as you guys know, I have been a diamond twice, 2 different companies. What Holton Bugs teaches absolutely works. It is flawless. It is flawless. It works. It works. You know, somebody asked, well, why haven't we seen Holton train on flight school since December? Right? I think that's kind of the last time that he was on here doing a training. Right? We want to see more Holton. And you know what? You know what my answer was? You guys don't deserve it. And you know why you don't deserve it? Can anybody guess? Can anybody guess in the chat? Nope. That's it, Dr. Latrice. You didn't do what he told you the first time. Why should he come back and give you more advice if he didn't do what he told you the last time? Right? He came in on December 17 and said, here is the secret. Here's the plan. Be a brick. If we started going through back offices today, how many people are really bricks? Right? So what he teaches really works. And so because of that, because of going diamond twice, I've literally had the opportunity to lead tens of thousands of people. And by doing that, by leading tens of thousands of people, I have had a front row seat to 2 things. First, I've had a front row seat to why some people succeed. And I've also had a front row seat to why most people fail. And one of the biggest reasons why most people fail is because they simply aren't consistent. The same people who will go to their job every day at 9 a.m., stay till 5, 6, 7, or whenever, take work home, come in on the weekends, come in when they're sick, come in when they don't feel like it, which is most of the time, find something to do with their kids so that they can go to work. Those same people will be totally, thoroughly inconsistent in how they build their business. The same people who will go to their company that their other company that they own and make sure that those doors are open at whatever time it says that the business is open on the door, they make sure that business is open those times. They make sure it's staffed, they make sure they've got supplies, they've got inventory, they make sure that everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing, they take care of those customers, they operate in excellence. All the same people who do all that will run this business like a hobby or a game. And then we'll say, this business didn't work. When really they need to look in the mirror and say, I didn't work. So I want to challenge you guys to be consistent. You can do this business full-time if you're able. You can do this business part-time if you're able. But the one thing you can't do is you can't do this business sometimes. Sometimes. Everybody knows what Walmart is. Could you imagine if Walmart was open sometimes? You could drive to Walmart at 3 o'clock on a Wednesday in the afternoon, and you get there and they're not open today. Could you imagine? Folks, come on. You can't build your business sometimes. All right. So this is a major, this slide should be an indictment for most people right here. Because if you're honest with yourself, you would realize that you are sometimey. And the minute that you become consistent, you'll start to get consistent results. So I was talking with a group of people that I'm really excited about, because this is a group of people, it's a very small group of people that have made a big commitment to building their Ibüümerang business. I'm excited about what they're doing already. And we talked about this picture. Who knows what this picture is? What is this picture? Let's see it in the chat. What is this picture? What is the picture? What is it a picture of? Dan Hansen, correct. Pump, right? Water pump. It's a water pump, right? Thank you, Rockin' Robin Leatherbury. It's a water pump, right? And so if you have a home in a rural area, like not the city, you may have to install a well deep down below the ground. And to get the water out of the well, you have to use the pump to get the water, okay? Now, if you haven't been using the pump for a while, when you get to the pump and you start pumping, nothing comes out. No water, right? As a matter of fact, let me take this off so I can show you the way I showed them, right? So you get to the pump and it's Texas hot. It's 115 degrees. You can boil an egg on your skull. And you go out to the water pump and you start pumping. And you're pumping and you're pumping and you're pumping. And guess what? Nothing at all is coming out of this doggone pump. No water at all. And you're pumping and you're pumping and you're pumping and you're sweating and it's hot and nothing is coming out. And you're like, I'm doing all this work for no results. How many people have said that about their business? Doing all this work, nothing's coming out. And so you quit. You know what? Forget it. Who needs water anyway? Now, if you could cut a cross section into the ground and through the pipe, here's what you would see. That as you were pumping, the water was coming up the line. As you pump, the water is rising. It is coming up the line. And literally when you quit just when the water was about to start coming out. And guess what happened when you quit? Okay, I really do want some water. I come back. Is the water sitting there waiting for you? No, it goes all the way back down and you got to start all over again. So let's do a different scenario. You stayed this time. You didn't quit. You're out there pumping. It's hot. You're sweating. It's just dripping off of your skull. You got water, you got sweat in your eyes. But you know what? I'm not stopping. I'm staying because I know the water's coming. And you start pumping and you start pumping and you start pumping. And then water starts to trickle out just a little bit. Not flowing, not gushing, but trickling. And then here's what you do. I did all this work for that little bit of water. Man, forget it. This water pump thing don't work. You go back in the house. You give up. What happens? Water recedes again. It was just about to come gushing out, but you quit just before it started. And now it recedes again. And then you come back and you're like, okay. All right, no. I really want water. This is how some of y'all do. This is why we see you at the events. Okay. I'm gonna do it this time. So now let's take a third scenario. The third scenario, you don't quit. You're out there pumping, you're pumping. It's hot, you're sweating, sweat dripping off your nose, but you keep pumping. Water starts to trickle. You're like, oh yeah. Okay. You, instead of being discouraged, you get encouraged by it. I got a little water now, but that means big water's coming soon. Come on, big water. You're pumping. And now all of a sudden the water just starts flowing out. It is gushing out. And you discover something. You discover something about this pump and water scenario. You discover that now you can put your hand on it lightly like this person, even just a couple of fingers, and you can pump and water just keeps coming out. You don't even have to work so hard anymore. Water has filled the line. It just keeps coming out. Little bits of effort start to create massive results. And I promise you, your Ibüümerang business is just like that. If you're willing to go through the pumping season where you're pumping and it's hard and it's hot and it seems like you're doing a lot of work and getting no results, you will reap what you sow. You will get tons of water, tons of results if you stay with it. I have a friend in the industry. His pumping season was 10 years. 10 years of mediocre, small results, right? I mean, obviously, way before 10 years, he was making enough money to live on, but not rock star results. But here he is in year 10, making $1 million a month. I'm gonna let that sit there for a second because he never stopped pumping. Okay, so I want to challenge you guys that if this training gets you started, don't stop this time. And for those of you who are new, get down with it. You know why? Let me ask you a question. If you started a restaurant, would it be exactly the same? If you started a real estate brokerage, would it be exactly the same? If you started an insurance agency, would it be exactly the same? If you started a landscaping company, would it be exactly the same? If you started a house building company, would it be exactly the same? If you started an interior design company, would it be exactly the same? If you started a medical clinic or a medical spa, would it be exactly the same? Yes, no matter what kind of business you start, you are going to have to go through a pumping season to get it going before it throws out money. I had somebody tell me the most ridiculous thing a couple of weeks ago. This person was trying to build a life coaching business. And had the nerve to say, yeah, I'm doing all this work in my Ibüümerang business, literally in the business a month. I'm doing all this work in my Ibüümerang business for small rewards. And they've just launched their coaching business. I'm like, well, how much money are you making in your coaching business? Small rewards. I said, yeah, I mean, it's going to be like that in your coaching business too. But here's the difference. You got to ask yourself, what kind of rewards are you going to get when the water starts gushing out of the well? Because water gushing out of the well is different in every type of business. Water gushing out of the well in your dry cleaners is not the same as water gushing out of the well in your Ibüümerang business. I already told you what kind of income my friend is making in another company with products, and it's a very much more difficult compensation plan. Most traditional businesses cannot produce that type of lifestyle. And I'm not promising it to you, because I can't promise you that you'll do the work, but it is there. It is there. All right, I lost my slide somehow. Let's see, where did it go? Okay, there it is. Let me share again so we can go to the next one. This is a very important concept. I promise you, it's probably more important than the rest of the how-tos that we're going to go over. Okay. The next one is to keep it simple. Keep your business very, very simple. One of the things I've learned is that some of you are really, really complicating your business. And it's the reason that you have lots of great people coming in and going out just as fast. So what I want to challenge you to do is don't follow your system. Follow the system. Remember what I said? When I learned from Holton, I applied it immediately. Be fast to apply. I didn't care about my own system. I didn't want people to say T. Gray is so great. I wanted them to make money. So follow the system. I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying this, but I need to say it this way so that you'll remember it. Okay? Your system ain't shit. It doesn't work. It doesn't. You've had enough time to see if your system works. It doesn't. So why not follow a system that's been proven to work? Stop doing what you think you should do. Stop doing what you think you should do. Caribbean people have a saying, you know what thought made a man do? And I asked this woman who used to say that all the time, I'm like, well, what exactly did thought make a man do? And she says, the man was asleep and he thought he got up to use the bathroom, but he didn't. And so he peed the bed. Right? Oh, I guess the Tongans have Polynesians have a similar saying. Kelly says he thought that he farted. We'll stop there. Right? So your system, stop. And I'm not being hard on you, because Holton had to do the same thing to me. He had to hit me right between the eyes. He said, there was one day I was having a debate with him. I don't know what made me feel like I wanted to debate with him, but I said, I'm going to debate with Holton today because I mean, he wanted me to do something. And I'm like, no, I think I want to do something different. He says, you know what? Listen, T, you're trying to convince me to think like you. And he goes, if I start thinking like you, my check is going to start looking more like your check. And if you start thinking more like me, then your check will start looking more like my check. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't want your check. That's a massive pay cut for me. And Vita said, oh God, exactly. So I'm trying to tell you, your check is small. I know, I see your check. And your check is small because you're still doing what you want to do. Stop. Okay. So make your business needs to be Ibüümerang focused. Some of y'all have so much other shit going on in your business. Golly. You got all this personal growth and development stuff and all these other things going on. And the extra stuff, all it does is it confuses the issue. People don't even know what business they're in. And write this in your notes. A confused mind does nothing. A confused mind does nothing. Shut it down. I'm challenging you guys. You guys know who you are. Shut it down. Stop. Like now. Like not another day. If you made people pay for it, give them back their money. And Ibüümerang is good enough. The reason we made massive money is because our business was focused on the business. The company that we were in when we got started was called CyberWise. It doesn't exist anymore, but we were CyberWise. All of our events were CyberWise. All of our trainings were CyberWise. All of our extra calls and stuff were CyberWise. No extra guru shit. All about the business. Holton exploded organo. Everything was organo. You didn't have all this extra side shit. We had trainings that people would pay to come to the training, but when they got there, it was about the company. And it wasn't thousands of dollars. It was, $100, cover the room and expenses. We were trying to make our money through the comp plan. John K-Star, I have a very important question. We know that confused minds don't work, but Holton says that winners work even when they're confused. What is the difference? Okay. A confused mind doesn't work, does nothing because they don't know what to do. Right? There's even a scripture in the Bible that says, if the trumpet sounds an unclear signal, who's going to get ready for battle? Nobody. If you guys don't know what that means, back in ancient times, you can see the war movies. People line up on opposite sides of the battlefield. And when it was time to charge, somebody would come out and blow a trumpet. And that trumpet signal meant charge. But there was a different one that meant retreat. That means retreat. Okay? Now, if the trumpet guy comes out and goes, people are like, what the hell is that? I'm not going to do anything. I don't know what to do. Right? So, John, if people are confused by all this stuff and they don't know what to do, they're not going to do anything. But yeah, Holton said, successful people work even when they're confused. Here's what it means. They have been given a clear instruction, but they don't fully understand it, but they have trust and confidence in the person giving the instruction. That was me lots of times, where Holton was like, do it this way. Say this. And I'm like, and the executive smart business guy in me was like, I think we should do it this way. But the successful guy was saying, do it this way. And so I was confused because I'm like, I don't fully understand why he's telling me to do it different than I think I should do it. but I did it his way anyway, and I quickly became unconfused. So it's a difference. I wasn't confused because I didn't know what to do. I wasn't confused because he was unclear. He was very, very clear. He was very clear. Does that make sense? Totally different concept. Okay. All right. All right. So I hope I've made this crystal clear. If you are, somebody asked me, okay, well, what if I'm in a system that is different than the system? They're not teaching what Holton's teaching. I'm gonna tell you what Holton said on December 17. He said, if your leader's not teaching you what I'm teaching you, then maybe you want to stop following that leader. Yeah, I would encourage you to go to that leader and be like, hey, this is different than what Holton is teaching. I like you, I love you, I want us to roll together, but I want us to do what Holton is teaching that is successful. This is not working. And if they don't want to change, if they want to keep doing what they're doing, say, well, great, you know what? We're all adults here. We all have the opportunity to make a decision. You can decide to keep doing it your way, and I can decide to go do it Holton's way. It doesn't mean when I don't love you and I don't admire you, but I'm going to do it Holton's way. Because as far as I'm concerned, everything else is an experiment. Okay. I'm sorry you guys got to hear the dogs barking in the background, but I'm upstairs and I'm far from the internet. And when I close the door, the internet kind of gets a little shaky. All right. So you got to know what you're building. I tell you what, let's take a 30-second break. I'm gonna go tend to this dog real quick because he's going to drive me crazy and drive you crazy at the same time. So we're gonna take a 30-second break, and let me go deal with the dog, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Hopefully everybody took an opportunity for a potty break. Woo! Yeah, we have an extra dog on the premises today. My son left his puppy here, and he doesn't understand the lay of the land. He's not following the system yet. So he doesn't, and my wife just left the house, so he doesn't know how to be in the crate and be quiet. He's gonna bark like crazy until I comply. So I have complied. Okay. All right. Yes, I did give him a hug. And I brought him upstairs. He's now roaming my office. And sitting here looking at me like, okay, can I sit on your lap? And the answer is no, buddy. All right. So let's dive back in. You guys ready? Okay, let's get back into business. Another key to success is to be very, very clear on exactly what it is that you're building. Be very, very clear on what it is that you're building, right? You have to know what you are building. Let me give you an example. Let's suppose that your job was to build homes. And I purchase a large lot of land and all the supplies needed to build a house. So I bring you out there, there's a pile of wood, it's a pile of bricks, nails, screws, pipes, lights, everything just all neatly organized in their own areas. And I say, go ahead and build me my dream house. And I drive away. What state of mind am I going to be leaving you in? What state of mind would I be leaving you in as I drive away? You'd be thoroughly confused. Why are you confused? Why are you confused? You don't know what you're building. You have absolutely no clue of what you are building, right? If you knew what you were building, you could go ahead and knock it out, right? So same thing with Ibüümerang. I've been in this industry for a while, and I've seen so many people flounder at first because they don't know what they're building. I was one of those people. I'm very successful corporate business guy, business development, get into network marketing. I'm just doing stuff, but I didn't have a clear plan. I didn't know what I was building until Holton sat me down and said, T, this is what you're building. I'm like, okay, I can do that. So what are you building? So let's just take one of these giant pharmaceutical companies. Johnson & Johnson, for example, okay? And Tracy, you ask a great question. What happens when you have no upline? Your diamond is gone. How do you proceed? You listen to this training, you take notes, and you go do it. You know why? Because you're an adult. You know how to do business. You're learning today what to do and how to do it. So now you go and you apply yourself to that and you become the leader. For too many people, the answer is, I need to be moved to another team. Can you move me someplace? I need a leader. Become the leader. You do them yourself. You find a way. Use testimonials. When you go to events, ask different leaders, go with your phone and say, hey, would you mind recording a 2-minute three-way call onto my phone? And if you came to me at the event and said, T. Gray, would you mind doing, my name is Tracy. I don't have an upline leader to do three-way calls for me. So would you mind recording a 2-minute three-way call onto my phone? This is what I'm going to do. And this is why diamonds, this is why you need to learn to serve the big team, not just your team. Okay? And this is why you need to learn to come to events to work, not to play. Okay? We used to come to work to events to work. If you wanted to play, you got there 2 days early or you stayed 2 days later. Okay? So, Tracy, if you came to me, I'm one of the diamonds in diamond section. You say, hey, my name is Tracy. I don't have an upline diamond. I'm serious about building this business. Could you record a training, a three-way call for me? I'm going to grab your phone. I'm going to put it on video or record. I'm going to say, hi, my name is Terrence Gray. I'm one of the top diamonds, the top corporate leader, the top expansion leaders with Ibüümerang. I've been building a very, very successful business that now covers X amount of countries. And we are creating success like crazy. I'm standing here with Tracy, and if you're listening to this, it's because you're a person that Tracy has identified as someone who has a lot of potential to be successful in our organization, should you choose to. Some of the questions you might have is, is this something that, is this real? Is this something that people can do? And I'm here to tell you that absolutely yes. Let me tell you a story. I have a person on my team who got started. She's a nurse. She applied herself in this business, and now she has reached our first level of leadership, which is called Sapphire. It only took her 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 10 months. And now she's at a level in our company where, Sapphire represents an additional $2,500 to $3,000 a month of income. And I got to ask you, what would that mean to you as just a start for building your business? Okay. By the way, I'm not giving you a guarantee of what you're going to make. I'm not saying you're going to make that, because honestly, tell you the truth, we don't know if you're going to come in and you're going to do the work. But if you're a person who can do the work, if you're a person who can learn new things, if you're a person who can follow directions, then you can succeed in this business. Our business is fun, it's simple, and it just makes sense to so many people worldwide. It made sense to me. It made sense to Tracy. I'm hoping it makes sense to you. My best advice to you is this: go ahead and get started. Get started at the very best level that you can, whatever that means for you. Tracy will go over the levels for you. And my second best advice is this: follow Tracy's coaching. She's not going to lead you wrong. She's an upstanding businesswoman. She cares about people and she's serious about business. So if you're joining Team Tracy, congratulations. Welcome to Ibüümerang. Boom. It's on your phone. Now you got a three-way. Whenever you need one, you send that to people. You send that to people. That's it. That's your three-way call. And you learn to do three-way calls for your people. Use that as a model and do that for your people. Okay, so that's what you do. And leaders, you should do that. So Tracy, the next time we have an event, you should be trying to find Jackie Pippins. You should be trying to find Jayla Pippins. You should be trying to find Jake Parton. You should be trying to find all these leaders, and not just the diamonds, our emeralds too. You should be trying to find Vita Wu. You should be trying to find Caroline Kusin. You should be trying to find Marianne Schutz. You should be trying to find Desi Lipova and saying, hey, could you, 2 minutes, here's my phone. Could you do this? And have them record that. And then when people need to hear something, just play it for them or send it to them. There's your three-way call. That's basically all the stuff that I would say in a three-way call without the conversation back and forth. Okay. All right. So let's get back to what we were. Yeah, take pictures too, but don't just take pictures. So let's get back to what you're building. So pharmaceutical company comes out with a new drug. The drug gets approved. And now what do they want? They want everybody to use the drug, right? So in this particular case, Johnson & Johnson came out with an allergy drug. It's called Zyrtec. I use this because I actually use it, right? And now that the drug is approved, they want to get to that end result, which is what? People who have allergies using their drug. So what needs to happen? Well, they need those people's doctors to prescribe that drug to them. How do they get the doctors to prescribe the drug? They hire salespeople. They're called pharmaceutical sales reps. They teach them, they train them. And they have layers. You've got the reps, you've got the regional managers, you've got the district managers, you've got the VPs, and it kind of looks like a pyramid, because it is. It's their marketing team. And they're going out there to influence all the doctors, because Johnson & Johnson can't get to all the doctors unless they send people to go talk to them. So they build a sales team. You are doing the exact same thing. You're building a virtual sales organization. You want people to learn about IGO. You want people to learn about Elevate, but you can't get to all the people. So you want to build yourself a virtual sales organization. You want to build yourself a marketing team. Only thing that's better about your team is this: you don't have to pay your team. You don't need an HR department. You don't have all the stuff that, we do all the conventions for you. We pay the people for you. You don't even need to manufacture the product. We got that. You see what I'm saying? So you just want to build a virtual sales organization all over the world, and it's self-perpetuating. You don't even have to do hiring. You can hire, bring some people on, but those people will bring other people on, and those people will bring other people on, and those people bring other people on, and everybody's going to get ambassadors, more people on the marketing team, and more customers. So that ultimately you can have what these guys want. Did they want to just have a big marketing team? No. They want to have millions of people using their product. They're not in this to build the big marketing team. They're in this for the end use, because that's what creates ongoing, consistent, repeatable, duplicatable, sustainable money. Same thing here. You want to have thousands of people using iGo, using Elevate, paying a subscription every single month that creates consistent, duplicatable, dependable, repeatable income for you. One of the icons in this industry is a gentleman by the name of Jeff Roberti. He's with a company called Juice Plus. It's an old company. He makes so much money. You know why? Because he built his virtual sales force and everybody got customers and they have all these people drinking the juice and it creates a consistent income for him. So many people, they just recruit. Like you just, Johnson & Johnson, they don't want it, their trophy isn't the team. Their trophy is people using the drug. Your trophy is people paying an Elevate subscription every single month. And you want your formula to equal this as a minimum. Every ambassador equals 10 customers and 2 more ambassadors. Every ambassador adds 2 more people to the marketing team and adds 10 customers, 10 subscriptions. That's what you want. That's what you want to build. And if you build that, you will have a check every single month that goes up. But it's not going to happen if you don't focus on it, and if you don't build with intention, and if you don't build with purpose, and you don't build with the same discipline that you use for your job or your other businesses. Is this making sense to anybody? Is this making sense to anybody? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. All right, awesome. Good. Okay, well then let's keep it going. So that means that you need to learn to walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. Who says that all the time? Who says that all the time? Who's always telling us to learn to walk and chew bubble gum all the time? Holton Buzz. What he means is that you have to be able to focus on more than one thing at a time. Some people, it's almost as if the only thing they can do is recruit. And some people, it seems like the only thing they can do is get customers. But if this business was a rowboat and one oar is recruiting and the other oar is customer acquisition, what happens if you only row with one oar? What direction do you go? I'm only rowing with the one oar. What direction are you going to go? Circles. You're going to go around and around and around. You're never going to get anywhere. You're just going to keep going in circles. I'm recruiting. People join my team. People leave my team. People join my team. People leave my team. People join my team. People leave my team. Okay. So you row with the other oar then. All you're doing is go row with the other oar. What happens if you just row with the other oar? What happens if you just row with the other oar? What happens? You just row with you're still rowing, you're rowing the other one. Yeah, but now you're going in circles the other way. I'm just getting customers. My customers come, my customers go. My customers come, my customers go. I never can seem to have more than 10 or 15 or 20 customers, but they go and I just get some more. And you got me going in circles. Yeah, that's how the song says, right? If you want to row your boat and go and actually get where you're going, what do you need to do? What do you need to do? If you want to get where you're actually going and you're rowing the boat, what do you need to do? You gotta row with both oars. You gotta row with both oars. If you want to get where you're going in Ibüümerang, you have to be able to recruit and get customers at the same time. Recruit and get customers at the same time. Recruit and get customers at the same time. Got to be able to think about both at the same time. Could you imagine if you're in the kitchen and you're trying to make chicken, rice, and broccoli, but you can only focus on one thing at a time? Something's going to be cold. And dinner's going to take a long time. You got to be able to make all of them at once. And in your business, you have to be able to recruit and get customers at the same time. Okay? Now, this is where brick comes in. You see how we worked our way to brick? Brick is everything. You want this? You need this. I did that too fast. You want to see it again? You want this, that virtual sales organization that is perpetuating, that grows, where your business pays you constant check, where you requalify your rank every month, then you need this. Let me put it to you plain. Ready? You're not a brick. And so you're not winning. You are not a brick. So you are not winning, and you can't win. Because you can't have other people do something that you won't do yourself. Brick is too easy. It's stupid simple. The first part you can do yourself. You don't even need any other people. 300 PQV each month. That's Elevate and IGA. Boom, done. Okay, dual team qualified. One on the left, one on the right, but they have to stay active. Not once upon a time, one on the left, one on the right. Remember this? What do we want? Self-perpetuating. We want each ambassador to bring on new ambassadors. That's why you have one on the left and one on the right, so that you can get things growing on the left and on the right. 10 customers. Get it, maintain it, keep growing from there. But once you have it done, that's 1,800 PQV a month. A person signs up with a first class pack, it's 1,000 points a month. Sorry, it's 1,000 points one time. But like Dan Hansen said, somebody becomes a brick, now it's 1,800 points a month organically. Now your business is sustainable. It's 1,800 points spread across 11 people. Each person represents a block of 11 people. It's paying for itself. It's 300 out and 300 in. It don't cost you nothing. Not like when I was in the product business. Not like when I was in the juice business. And it cost me $500 a month to be able to do something like this. This is too simple. Why didn't you do it yet? What's wrong with you? You're smart. You're an adult. You were smart enough to see the Ibüümerang presentation and see the possibilities and get in. You were smart enough to stay in. You were smart enough to get on flight school. You were smart enough to watch this recording. You just watched this recording for the 5th time. You're really smart. You're smart enough to take notes. You were smart enough to invite your team. You were smart enough to get your team over to your house on a Saturday afternoon, serve some light snacks, and play this recording on your flat screen TV and say, team, this is what we need to do. And you fast forwarded through the pause for the doggy part. So if you're that smart, why aren't you a brick already? Why didn't you key in or zero in on the fact that this is the most important thing you could do to get your business going? Could you imagine being a fat weight loss doctor? Could you imagine? People are coming in trying to lose weight, and they come in and you're 100, 200, 300 pounds overweight. If you want to be in the weight loss business, then when people come in, they need some inspiration. You need to do the thing that you want other people to do first. And I'm not body shaming anybody. That's just facts. Could you imagine being an out of shape personal trainer? I don't know about you, but I want to train with somebody who looks like I want to look like. Does that make sense? Could you imagine being a dermatologist with bad skin? I mean, you guys get where I'm going with this? You got to be the first brick in your business. It's simple. Get it done. Like, for real. Take it seriously. Like, there shouldn't be a need for further conversation about this. If you're not going to do this, quit. Go ahead. Bye. Just learn a trade. Don't even worry about this part. But if you want the marketing team money, if you want the comp plan money, you got to do this. And then you got to stay a brick. Is this making sense to anybody? Is it? Is it really? Because so many of you haven't done this yet, and it's bewildering. I don't understand it. Like, my mind just doesn't work that way. Like, if you want to build this business, this is where it starts. Okay? Brick. The next part is rank up. Let me tell you why rank up makes sense. So, some of you guys know that over the last year and a half, I lost almost 45 pounds. Okay. And prior to that, there was a lot of trying and there was a lot of failing. Right. But what things really accelerated was when I started working with a nutritional coach. And the nutritional coach was a very interesting experience. So every single week, on a certain day, by a certain time, and if you didn't get it in on that time, there was hell to pay. I'm paying this guy big money to cuss me out for being late with my measurements. But every single week, on a certain day, by a certain time, I had to send him my latest weight, measurements of different parts of my body, my average amount of sleep, how often I was using the bathroom, what I ate, and pictures, front, side, and back. And I could BS some other stuff, but the pictures would get you in trouble because he would literally put the pictures against the previous pictures and he could see if you were full of shit or if you were for real. And he caught me one time and he amazed me because he called me. I didn't expect him to call me, but he called me. He's a guy's a competition bodybuilder. He called me and he flat out told me, he was like, don't waste my time. I will drop you as a client and keep your money. So there's a saying, and it's one of the top financial gurus in the world. I forget now who's the one who said it. But he said, what gets measured improves. But what gets measured and tracked and reported improves exponentially. And that's why Rank Up is so special. Because it measures, it tracks, and it reports. You guys have seen when we get people on here and we do the coaching, it's It's plain as day. It's out there. Without rank up, here's what happens when you ask people, well, how many people do you talk to? A lot. Well, how many people are getting back to you? Some of them. How many people did you invite? Oh, a whole bunch. Well, how many of those people actually watched the video or came to the presentation? I don't know. So how do you coach, teach, and train and make improvements in that person's business? Instead, we can get people on Flight School, pull up their rank up and say, okay, you've been sending out messages. That's good. People are responding to your messages. That's good. You've been inviting people to the presentation. That's good. Whoa, hold on. Only 20% of the people are coming or watching the video. We need to work on your invitation. We know exactly what to work on. Does that make sense? You need to use rank up so we can help you and so you can help them. And if rank up's not important to you, it's going to be really hard for you to succeed. We succeeded because we had paper rank up. You had to have a calendar, you had to have a drawing of your group, and that gave us an idea of what to do. You had to come and show us your volume from before and your volume now, and kind of gave us an idea. But if we had rank up, oh my God, you could multiply all of our previous incomes by 10 and cut the time in half. Yeah, okay. Next, be a product of the product. Be a product of the product. I'm just going to tell you right now, if you're not going to travel and you're not going to trade, please quit and join another business. How many times is that now that I told you to quit? Is that 2? I'm falling behind. I need to tell you more. If you're not going to travel, if you're not going to use IGO, and you're not going to trade, then why are you here? Why are you here? David Romero used IGO, saved money, and got reward points. Reward points are going to get him free travel. One day he's going to send us a screenshot of what he used his points to get free travel on. Mario Magari is the king of sending us screenshots of his travel bookings on IGO where he saved money, and he lives in Europe, where a lot of people in Europe say, oh, I can't find good deals on IGO. Well, you know what? He lives in freaking Italy and he's finding great deals on IGO. So I guess there are good deals for IGO in Europe too. Maybe not as aggressively as in the United States, but here's the difference. IGO is your product. Use your product. I don't want to learn to trade. I'm not good with numbers. Get over that. It's intimidating. Get over that. Get over it. Stop with the excuses. Stop. Those self-limiting excuses and beliefs are the reason that you are where you are in life. It's time to stop it. You're 30-something years old. You're 40-something years old. You're 50-something years old. You don't have that much time left. Are you going to literally take these excuses to the end? At what point in time are you going to drop the BS and challenge yourself to do something new? Let's go. You can do it. Bryn Chan used IGO for this weekend. Where'd you go, Bryn? Where'd you go? Indiana. Did you save some money? Yes. How much did you save? Do you remember? Do you remember, sir? About $100. $100. That's dinner. Come on, folks. All right. It works. Or take that $100 that you saved, put it in your trading account. but be a product of the product. All right. Let's talk about growing your team. So now you know you want to grow your marketing team. How do you grow your marketing team? Here we go. Take screenshots because we're moving quickly. Number one, make a list. I'm telling you, it's not fancy. Yvette Turner used IGO in New Zealand, saved over $300. Come on, be a product of the product. And what did she go to New Zealand for? To learn to trade. Travel and trade. That's what I'm talking about, Yvette. When it comes to building your team, growing your team, your marketing team, you start with a list. Like Holton says, the list is your list of resources. When you start a business, do you want more resources or fewer resources? You want more. So make the list a really big list. Put everybody in your phone on the list. Stop the BS about, oh, I can't call these people. Whatever those reasons are that you feel like you can't call your people, stop that. That's nonsense. Call them. The reason you can't call them is because of the way you call them. You're trying to tell me that the same people you call when your kid needs to sell popcorn or cotton candy to raise money for their school, you can call people for that and ask them for $200 to do that, but you can't call them to take a look at learning to trade or to look at being part of your marketing team. So make it a really big list. And then you always add to the list. Man, I had so much fun talking with a couple yesterday and going over a way to add to the list. Here you go, real quick. It's called make a friend, get a phone number. Make a friend, get a phone number. Too many of you guys are out there meeting people in the cold market, trying to recruit them on conversation number one. No wonder they run from you like you've got COVID. Make a friend, get a phone number. Just be nice. Just make a friend. Don't try to recruit them about anything. Don't try to talk to them about the business. Talk to them about them. But I gave them a little twist. So let's suppose you're one of the ladies. You're a mom. You're in the supermarket doing the family shopping. You got a cart full of stuff. And you see another lady. She's got a cart full of stuff. And you see kids' cereal in the cart. That's a conversation starter. Oh my God, you must have kids too. You have a little one or a really big one if you got Fruit Loops in there. Oh yeah, I got two. Oh, you got two? How old? Boys, girls, whatever. I've got one, whatever. The conversation has started, right? And now you're making friends. Now it's time to break off the conversation. Maybe you're in line and that person's ready to go to the register, or maybe you're in one of the aisles and it's time to everybody get back to shopping. Girl, you know what? It was great to meet you. Man, let's stay in touch. I like to keep positive people in my circle. Does that sound good? Let me give you my number. What's yours? By the way, that's how you get people's numbers. Offer yours. People like to reciprocate. But here is the kicker. Here's the twist. Because you're not going to, if they ask you, well, what do you do? Oh, say, I'm a trader. What do you do? Not, I'm a trader. I'm in Elevate. You should be in Elevate. Let me show you this video. Let me tell you about Vita. Let me tell you about Rod. Let me tell you about Christian. No. Let me tell you about Baby Pips. No. I'm a trader. What do you do? Right? Okay. But I want to keep, let's stay in touch, girl. Absolutely great. Okay, you know what? Even better? Look, supermarket selfie. Text her the picture. Girl, it was great meeting you in the supermarket. Let's stay in touch. Boom. Make a friend. Get a phone number. Right? Now, guys, it doesn't work the same way for us. I'll be here, walk around, you know what I mean? But, if you're, let's suppose you're with your significant other and you meet another couple. Again, make a friend. Get phone numbers, whatever. Take a group selfie. Hey guys, let's take a picture. Send them the picture. Great meeting you. Looking forward to catching up with you again. That's how you add to your list. And you are going to call that person in 24 to 48 hours and tell them about the business. So when you first meet them, you can be cool because you can get to that later, and you will. Okay. But you want to keep adding to the list, make the list big, and go through the list fast. Go through the list really quick. Expose a lot of people all at once because you're looking for the people who are looking. Okay, and we'll get into the details about how to do this. This is a training all by itself. When it comes to inviting people to take a look at the opportunity, your invitation needs to be simple. It needs to be clear. It needs to be professional. And it needs to not be a presentation. That's right, Cynthia. You remember the red beans and the white beans with the list. That's going through the list. But your invitation, it needs to be not a presentation. It needs to be an invitation. All you are selling in the invite is take a look. Will you give this a professional look? And then let the presentation material do the presentation. This is another place where people step on a landmine. And you know how to get through a minefield, right? How do you get through a minefield? How do you get through the minefield? How do you get through the minefield? Follow somebody. Thank you, David. Follow somebody else. Let them step on the mines. Here's the mine that they stepped on. They invited somebody, and in the invitation, they gave them so much of a presentation that the person just couldn't wait for you to go away. So we're going to invite, we're going to keep it simple. We'll do training on invite by itself. We're going to take, hey, Mark, let's remember to take these sections and future trainings. We'll do a future training on the list. We'll do a future training on the invite, where we'll just devote our time to just that. Okay.
You got it.
And then we'll do a future training on the exposure. How to do the different exposures. We have so many great exposures. We got story videos, we have presentations, we got live presentations, we got recorded presentations, we got other people presentations, we got you presentation. What do you mean, me presentation? Yeah, like you do a presentation, because until you start doing presentations, you're part of somebody else's business. We have online presentations, we have in-person presentations, we got BAM, FAMs, book of meetings from a meeting, three-way calls. You have all these ways for people to move through a process and a system to decide whether they want to be part of your marketing team or not. Okay, so there you go. And then there's the close. What do you say after the person has seen the presentation? This is where those red beans and white beans come in again. We're sifting and sorting. If they're not for the marketing team, no problem. If they're a customer, great. If they're a marketing team, great. We're looking for the people who are looking, and we want to match them up with what they're looking for. And when it comes to how they should sign up, let's have people do the best pack they can do. Work backwards. If they can do first class, they should do first class. If they can't do first class, they should do business class. If they can't do business class, they should do coach. If all they can do is standby plus an elevate subscription, well, then let's get them in. You know why? So that we get the opportunity to capitalize on the blessing of new people. This is a major reason people fail. Right here. This here. Right here on screen. Right here. This is it. Another place where people self-sabotage, self-destruct. You got the checklist running. They complicate their business by bringing in all sorts of other stuff. They're not a brick themselves. They're not a product of the product. They made a small list. They go through it too slow. And when new people join their business, they fail to realize what this person truly represents. This person represents an expansion opportunity for your business. This person represents access to 100 to 200 people that you did not have access to before you met them. You see that crowd of people, where'd they come from? In the picture, look at the picture. The crowd of people, where did they come from? Her phone. That's who's in her phone. She just joined your marketing team. So now you can talk to them because she knows those people. You couldn't talk to those people before. You didn't have a way of reaching those people before. But now you can. Because Shawana, Denise, LaQuanda, Mary Jo, Annabelle, whatever her name is, she just joined your team. And then she needs to pull that list out of her phone. And now you have the opportunity to talk to those people. But you better do it quick. Because Shamika, Joanna, Henrietta, Olga, whatever her name is, she ain't gonna be excited for too long. She's like a container of milk. She's gonna expire. She's gonna start to go bad. If she doesn't see any results in the first 72 hours, it's gonna start to be hard to find her. It's gonna start to be hard to motivate her. New people need to get results, so you need to get into action. You need to stop being so, oh my God, he signed up. You need to stop being so that and now be the authority and get in business. I'm gonna tell you right now, growing up Holton was just an amazing thing. He taught us, we were never sitting there in amazement and shock and peeing our pants because somebody just signed up. We went right into action. You signed up, it was go time. It's like, okay, you're in. Great, let's get started. At the meeting, you want to know, we would have a business presentation that would start at 7:30, that would be over by 8:30, yet we're still in the room at 9:30. Why? Why? Because when David signed up, I'm like, David, congratulations. Welcome to the family, bro. Great decision. Question for you. Why did you sign up? Man, I want to make this money y'all talking about. I want to get free from my JOB. I want to get free from my business because I own my business, but all I own is a job, really. I would like to have the lifestyle that can come from being successful in this business. Great, fantastic, David. I can help you with that. As a matter of fact, if I was willing to help you get that done, how would you like to start? Slow or fast? Fast. Great. If I was willing to help you, is that something you get excited about? Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, great. Who are two people we can call right now? And in the meeting room, he would pull out his phone and David would call Joe. Joe, I'm over here at the West Chase Marriott with my new friend, T. Gray. These guys are doing some serious stuff. Some of these guys are millionaires. It's amazing what they're doing. I was just telling T. Gray about you. He said he wanted to say hi. He hands me the phone. Hey, what's up, Joe? How you doing, man? You good? Did you have a good day? Awesome. Listen, all I can say is I just met David and he won't stop talking about you. We're putting together a team of people who are going to be part of something that's very successful. We're expanding it aggressively in the Houston marketplace. I asked David, who does he know that might be a good candidate for this team? And he threw out your name. Now listen, Joe, I don't know for sure that you qualify to be a part of what we're doing, but there's only one way to find out. You have got to take a look at this. If we were to make this information available to you, would you give it a priority to give it a professional look? Great. Well, listen, David and I are going to be getting together with some folks tomorrow around 7 p.m. What would you need to cancel or reschedule to be there with us? Oh, yeah, I said that. What would you need to cancel or reschedule in order to be there? Not can you be there? What do you need to cancel or reschedule so you can be there? Who taught me that? Who taught me that? I didn't make it up. I don't have any original material. Who taught me that? Holt and Bugs. Why did I start saying that? Because it was better than what I was saying. And once he showed me something that was better than what I was doing, I said, I'm going to do it the way he did it. And by the way, the little sensible part of me was confused at first. I forgot who asked that question. Taster. John, you asked me that. I was confused at first because I'm like, ooh, that sounds a little pushy, sounds a little arrogant, sounds a little rude, but I did it anyway. And you know what? Joe showed up because it made sense to his subconscious. Joe showed up, and not only did he show up, he showed up right. Look at the screen, look at me, look at the box. He showed up right. He showed up in the right frame of mind. Because I told him, I said, what do you need to cancel or reschedule so you can be there? He's like, oh, this is important. He showed up to come see something important. He didn't come up, he was like, oh, let me see what this is all about. Because we didn't beg him to come. I told him, you might not qualify. So what do you need to cancel or reschedule so you could be there? He showed up, and guess what? He signed up. And David got excited because David now has a new team member in 24 hours. I got him a result before his expiration date kicked in. I understood the blessing of the new person. I understood the assignment. We reached into David's phone and we expanded the marketing team. Is this making sense, everybody? If this is different than what you've been doing or what you've been taught, let me know in the chat. If this is a revelation, if this is new, if this is freeing, if this is expanding your realm of possibilities, let me know in the chat. Awesome. I got some of my diamonds telling me that. I love you. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Then this is worth the time. This is worth the time. Okay. We're overtime. I do not apologize. Not today. Not today. I do not apologize. Now, remember, we're rowing with both oars. So we got some people where we're building our marketing team. But now we need to get some customers too. How do we do that? It's easy. It's so easy. You know how you get customers? Expose a lot of people to the business. If Joe said, no, I don't want to be part of the team, I'm going to say, great, Joe, no problem. Being part of our marketing team is not for everybody. But making money by learning to trade is for absolutely everybody. Did that part make sense to you, Joe? Did the ability to multiply your own money the way the banks multiply money, did that make sense to you? Does it make sense to you that if you could learn it, if it took you a few months to learn it, that you would have the ability to snatch profits from the market anytime you wanted to and nobody could ever make you unlearn it? Great. Well, then let's get you going as a customer. You don't have to be part of our marketing team. Let's get your Elevate subscription going. You can learn to trade. That's all you're going to do. Learn to trade. Be part of our trading family. As soon as you learn to trade, David, I'm going to show him how to start his trading community. As a matter of fact, right now, he's part of my trading community. So I'm going to add both of you guys to my trading community. We're going to learn, we're learning this thing together. We're going to make this money together. You down with that, Joe? Great. Let's get you started. That's only $180 a month. It's underpriced. It should be $1,800 a month. If we're exposing lots of people to the business, we're going to have a fair amount of people saying no to the marketing team because it's not for everybody. And so those people should be becoming customers. If you don't have a lot of customers, it's because you haven't been exposing a lot of people to the business. And by the way, people who should be customers, let them be customers. Only graduate them to your marketing team if that's what they want. Otherwise, let them stay customers. Okay? Getting customers is easy. If you're excited about the products, I love for people to come to my house. Pest control guy, repair guy, plumbing guy, whatever guy needs to come here, cable guy. I love for them to show up. You know why? I know what they're going to ask me. I know what they're going to ask me. What do you do? First of all, they're going to ask me, what do you do? Because it's 11 o'clock in the morning and I'm in my house. What do you do? Because they're going to come in, my house is clean and it's neat and it's nice. It's not overly fancy, but you've seen it in the video behind me in the videos. It's clean, it's neat, it's bright, it's nice. Most people's house is not clean, neat, bright, and nice. Come in, oh my God, this is a nice place. God forbid they go in the garage. But that's right, Tracy. The question always comes. You ready? What do you do? And I do not say, oh, I'm the COO of a portfolio of companies, and one of them is a network marketing company, and one of them is a company that teaches people how to trade and won't. Nope. What do I tell them? What do you do? What's my answer? That's right, Rich. It's one of my trading partners. I trade. What do you do? Well, I know what they do. They're here to spray pesticides. How do I learn that? And by the way, if they come up in my office, the charts are always up anyway. How do I learn how to do that? Or I'll tell them, you should learn trade. You know, would you like to make twice as much money as you're making right now and be able to do it from home? You just need to learn trade. So if you're not getting a lot of customers, it's because you're not excited. And you don't know your answer to what do you do? I'm a school teacher, but I'm also learning to trade. Man, forget school teacher. You're a trader. Getting customers is easy. All you have to do is start conversations, make friends. Make friends. These are more people that you can talk to. Getting customers is easy. All you have to do is be prepared with your links and your QR codes. Put them someplace in your phone that you can get to, because when the person is ready, that is not the time to log into your Ibüümerang back office and go and try to find your link. That's not the time. You need to be ready. There's apps on your phone where you can actually literally have your QR code on your phone. Or you can take a screenshot of your QR code, put them all in an album, in your photo album. But bottom line is, be ready to get that information out there. And when you get the customer, take care of the customer. How many of you like it when you are someone's customer and they take care of you? There are several restaurants here in Houston that I just love them. Mark and I, we went to dinner after work one day. We went to Papa's Brothers Steakhouse here in Houston. I went on my phone and I made a reservation. They called me to confirm my reservation. Literally called. Hi, Mr. Gray. This is Amy from Papa's Brothers. Just wanted to confirm that you'll be joining us for dinner tonight. Great. It'll be 2 of you, correct? Great. Any special request? No problem. We'll be looking forward to seeing you, Mr. Gray. But here's the one that really gets me. The next day, I look forward to it. The next day, the day after, my phone rings. It comes up, Papa's Brothers Steakhouse. Hi, Mr. Gray. This is Beth from Papa's Brothers. Just calling to make sure you had a great time with us yesterday. How was everything? How was your food? How was the experience? How was our service? Awesome. We look forward to seeing you again. They can count on me coming back time and time again. I already know. I go to Papa's Brothers Steakhouse on Westheimer. It is always going to be first class. They know how to take care of the customer. And then there's some restaurants where it's going to be hit or miss, and I'm not going back there. So it's easier to retain a customer you already have than to get new customers. So when you get a customer, first of all, show them the way. Thank you, Tanisha. Thank you, Rod, for giving us this fast start guide that is in your rank up. It's in your iBoom Hub where you can download and give this to your new person. This is now their roadmap. This is what you're going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do this together. Create a community on Telegram. Telegram. I'm going to tell you why Telegram, because Telegram, you can set it up so that when people join, they can see the previous messages. Okay. So that way you don't have to constantly repeat the things that have already been put in there. They can scroll up, they can see them, you can pin things, etc. But create a community for your customers. I have one that's called T. Gray's Trading Friends. All of my customers are in there. And I'm constantly encouraging, I'm constantly leading them. Hey guys, it's time for coffee and charts. Hey guys, it's time for Payday Friday with G Money. Hey guys, have you seen this new risk management training? Hey guys, it's time for Profit Snatchers. Put it on your calendar. Yeah, they went to Profit Snatchers last week. Invite them again and again and again. New stories. Why? Because one of my folks already this week was on Profit Snatchers last week. And that's what pushed him over the edge. You know what? I'm done. I'm serious. I'm going to go ahead and train. I'm going to go ahead and learn this thing. If Christian can do it, I can do it. If Baby Pips can do it, I can do it. You don't know which story is going to be the one that's going to resonate and get people going. But just to keep inviting your existing customers and your existing team members to Profit Snatchers. That's part of taking care of your customers. So, woo! That is, believe it or not, that's just the tip of the iceberg. But it's the overview business plan for what you need to do if you want to be incredibly successful in iBoomerang. Let's be honest. How many of you that represented opportunity to get on track? How many of you that is not what you were doing? How many of you it's clearer today and you're ready to get rocking? How many of you that's the case? Okay, great. Does anybody have any questions? Mark is going to come back on. We'll answer just a couple of questions.
Hold on a second.
Yes, sir.
You dropped so many good things. Let's see here. Build your business based on the brick concept. And if anyone tells you different from the iBoomerang, the HB way, don't follow their plan. Don't follow their plan.
I said that.
Yeah.
And if they have a problem with that, have them call me. No, I'm dead ass serious.
Yes.
If you go to your leader and they're not following Holton's plan, and you tell them, hey, well, look, I want to follow Holton's plan. I love you and respect you, but I'm not going to follow your plan anymore. I'm going to follow Holton's plan. And they have a problem with that. Say, hey, listen, just call T. Gray.
Yeah.
And I would love for them to call me and say, my person said, you said not to follow me because they should do it Holton's way. I'm like, yep. I promise you, that's not going to be a fun conversation for the leader. And it's not because I don't respect our leaders. I really respect them. I really love them. But none of us are too big to not get in our own way. You know, every once in a while, I get called into the principal's office because I need some coaching. Every once in a while, Mark gets called in the principal's office because he needs some coaching. Every once in a while, Anna gets called into the principal's office because she needs some coaching. None of us we all have chief in front of our title. We've all earned this over decades.
Yeah. So, all right. So we had to track everything in a journal or planner. And then HB created the flight plan calendar. And now everything goes into rank up.
Yes.
If you don't have rank up, what are you doing?
Yeah. And by the way, don't drop off. We're just gonna answer a couple of questions, but there's an assignment at the end of this. So don't drop off. Go ahead, Mark.
Okay, that's it. That's it.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, brother.
And the other thing too is one of the participants on this webinar or this Zoom on Flight School said, The profit snatcher calls keep me engaged. That's it. Yeah, I was looking for it.
Bro, I'll say it. The profit snatcher calls are the reason that I'm able to snatch some profits.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for that, I might give up. But profit snatchers inspires me. And now I can never give up because, you know, a 9-year-old made $974 in a day in 30 minutes. I figure if a 9-year-old can do it, I can do it. All right, so real quick, questions. Who's got some questions? Real quick. We only have time for like 1 or 2. Oh, okay, I already got some. Here we go, in the Q&A question part. First question mark is from Ali. Ali says, what would you say to a single parent who has been on board for 3 months, reaching out and getting on Zoom meetings and on here to learn, but is getting into debt to pay her subscription each month and has 1 customer so far? So, Ali, that's it to that single parent. I don't know if it's you or if it's somebody in your group. But the first thing I would say is it's not enough to just learn. You have to do. And you have to get really committed to doing, right? And to doing it right. So for example, when you hear these, I hate to call them scripts, but when we kind of go over the what to says, you want to grab the recording or you want to write it down as fast as you can. And not only do you want to say that, but you want to practice. The reason it just rolls off the tongue for me is because I heard Holton say it, I wrote it down and I practiced it. And practice it in a mirror and practice it in your smartphone, record yourself so you can hear your tone of voice, you can watch your, you know, your facial expressions. Just think, why was Kobe so good? Why is Michael Jordan so good? Why is any of these NBA players so amazing? They practice their butts off, right? They don't just hear what to do. They go and they practice. And then they don't just try to do it in the game. They practice a lot outside of the game. So number 1, practice. If you only have 1 customer after 3 months, one of the reasons might be you need to practice. Another reason might be, how many people did you really talk to?
Yep.
Okay. Because you can't talk to 5 people and get 5 customers. Most people can't. I can't. And I'm good. I'm really good. Holton is phenomenal, but I don't think he even goes 5 for 5. Okay. So there are ratios that appear in this business. And in the beginning, you're going to suck. So you're going to need to talk to a lot of people to get a little bit of results. You may need to talk to 10 people to get 1 customer. Well, if that's the way it works, then you need to talk to 20 people to get 2. But here's a cool thing. In the process of talking to 20 people, you're going to get better. So when you talk to the next 10, which will bring you to 30, you might get 3 more. So now you've got 5. And because you're getting better, when you talk to the next 10, you might actually get 5 more. So now you've got 10. Okay. But you should not have to be paying out of pocket for your subscription.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, from the day I met Holton Bugs, the only time I ever paid out of pocket for anything in my network marketing businesses is the day that I signed up.
That's it.
In that first week, I would always make that money back. And in the following 3 weeks, I would always make enough money to pay my subscriptions, my auto ships, go on business trips, whatever, for the rest of the year. So, Ali, it's time to really buckle down on the skills and on the volume of activity so that you don't have to keep paying out of pocket or get into debt to pay your subscription. And if you're getting into debt to pay $150 to $300 a month, then you really need to learn how to do this.
Right. Yeah.
Mark, you have anything to add to that?
And with that lady, sit down with her and ask her how many phone numbers does she have in her phone? And then have her write them all down, make a list of 100, and have her go through that list. And then coach her along the way. So have her make 2 calls and then check back in with her. Have her make another 2 calls and check back in with her. That's how we used to do it.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Okay. Next question. Next question. How can I get into the test for the new technology? Because if I have success, then anybody could really, if I can have success, then anybody could. I've really been struggling with trading. That test group has already been set and is already way down the road. Here's what I would recommend to you. This is Pedro asking that question. Here's what I would really recommend to you. What I really would recommend to you is go back through the Elevate, start from level 1.
That fast.
What did Christian say? Right. What did Christian say was the key to his success?
He went through Elevate 9 times.
9 times, maybe even 10, Caroline says, because she interviewed him. 9 to 10 times from front to back. 9. Pedro, have you been through Elevate from front to back 9 times? Have you? I bet you haven't. I bet not, right? I bet you have not. I can tell you right now, most people haven't been through Elevate even 1 time. So 9 times. You probably have about 9 to 10 times more to go through Elevate if you're struggling with trading. Okay. Guess what I do when I'm struggling with trading? I'm at the point where I identify what I'm struggling with and I go find the classes that are going to help me with that.
Get in the hub.
In the hub. In the hub. All right, cool. Anybody else have any questions for today for Mark and I? All right, well then let's get to our assignment and we're going to get back to Saturday. Here we go, guys. You ready? All right, congratulations to everybody who stuck around. Here we go. Let's get back to the assignment. So we have an assignment for everyone. Now, hold on. Let me ask you a question. How many of you really appreciated today's training? No bullshit. How many of you really appreciated today's training? Like honestly, truly, sincerely. Okay. How many of you are willing to show your appreciation by taking a homework assignment seriously? How many of you are willing to show your appreciation by taking a homework assignment seriously? Okay. How many of you are willing to show your appreciation by taking a homework assignment seriously and sending a message to marketing@iboomerang.com with your results? How many of you are willing to show your appreciation by taking a homework assignment seriously and sending a message to marketing@iboomerang.com with your results? Okay, so please remember that last part. And here's the sad part. Me, Mark, right? How many emails are we going to get? 4, 5 at best, right? Please prove me wrong. Here we go. Homework assignment. Homework assignment. Okay. Here's your assignment. Your assignment is to be a brick by the next flight school. No excuses. Like literally light your ass on fire and get those 10 customers. No excuses. Use your creativity. No excuses. I know a group of people who were given the opportunity to get this done, and they got it done in 7 days. Get it done. 10 customers. The other parts of brick you can do on your own. Most of you, many of you already have the other parts done. You already have the 300-point subscription. You already have the 2 people. You need to knock out the 10 customers. Get it done. Be creative. Some of you guys need to call up your friends and your family and say, hey, listen, I'm in a group and we've been given a challenge. In order to stay in the group, I have to have 10 customers by Friday. I need you to just be my customer for a month. Try it out for a month. If you don't like it, you can stop. But if you do like it, you can stay in there, and I'm pretty sure you're going to like it. If you can get your friends and family to buy $200 of popcorn so little Susie can be a cheerleader, you can get your friends and family to do $180 as an investment in themselves. So that's the first part of the assignment. Be a brick. Who's going to be a brick by next Saturday? No BS, no excuses. Who's going to do it? Make a commitment to yourself, not to me, not to Mark. Make a commitment to yourself. Who is going to do it? Who will be a brick? Who will be a brick? Seriously. Don't just say it because it sounds nice. Don't just say it because everybody's saying me, I will. You're making a real commitment to yourself. The real power of you putting that in the chat right now is that you're giving it life. Will you message us at marketing@iboomerang.com and say, I got it done. I am now officially a brick. Will you send us a screenshot from your back office that shows 10 customers? Will you do it? It's time. I'm telling you guys, it's time to start acting like grown-ups. It's time to be serious business people and do what we say we're going to do. I sent you a video and said I was going to do this training. Boom, we did it. We delivered the goods. We didn't come here with, some light ass bullshit. We came with this is the real training. It wasn't real. It was real. Now it's your turn. Okay. Second part of the assignment. This is Marcus cracking up. Second part of the assignment. Here we go. We have 2 profit snatchers calls coming up. Wednesday, Thursday. Okay. Now, my challenge is that each one of you have 5 prospects on profit snatchers. That could be 5 on one, 5 on the other, 2 on one, 3 on the other, but 5 in total between the 2. Here's the trick. You will not have 5 people on if you get 5 people to tell you yes. If you get 5 people to tell you, yes, I will be there, how many will you have on? Thank you, Vita. 2 to 3 at best.
Yep.
2 to 3. That's why she's an emerald. 2 to 3 people. Okay. So if you want to actually have 5 that get on, how many people do you need to tell you, yes, I will be there? And notice I'm saying, yes, I will be there. Not maybe, not if I can put the kids to bed, not if we're finished dinner, not if I can get off work, but yes, I will be there. Because the only thing that's a yes is a yes. How many do you need to say, yes, I will be there for you to have 5? I saw 10s in the chat. Thank you, Tracy. At least 10. If you get 10 to tell you yes, you should have 5 that will be on. Okay? And you need to share this assignment with your team. Okay? Let me ask you a question. If a couple gets on, a person and their significant other, how many does that count as? Some of you guys already answered before I asked the question. If a couple gets on correct, that only counts as one. Do not count the bodies. Count the prospects. Okay. All right. Good. Who's going to have 5 on? Who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? This requires focus. I challenged a couple to have 5 on, and between the 2 calls, they ended up having 11 on. And you know what they said? Thank you for that challenge. Because if it wasn't for that challenge, don't send the invites now. What are you doing? Don't send the invites now. No, don't do that. Don't send the invites now. I'll talk about that in a second. But they said if it wasn't for the challenge, there's no way they would have pushed themselves and had that many people on. Okay. Now, here's why you don't want to invite them now. Today is Saturday. You don't invite for Wednesday or Thursday on Saturday. They're not coming. The earliest you should be inviting for Wednesday is Monday. As a matter of fact, if it's Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time, what is the best time to get people's attention and to invite them? That's right, Dr. Latrice, Wednesday, right? 2 or 3 hours before. Hey, what do you need to cancel some stuff. You got to be on this thing, right? But Monday, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, invite for Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, invite for Thursday. Okay. Does that mean that we don't invite anybody, that we just sit on our hands all weekend? What should we be doing this weekend?
Putting together a list.
What could you do this weekend? What could you do this weekend? What could you do this weekend? I'm gonna give you a clue. I'm gonna give you a clue. I got list, I got connecting, I've got making friends. Oh man, my internet is garbage. Come on. Why does the internet always do this when you want to show somebody something? Okay. Here's what I wanted to show you. I can't break it come up. It's going too slow. What will you find if you go to YouTube official Elevate? What's there? Oh.
All right. Here we go. Okay. Okay.
In 15 months,
Here we go. We've got profit snatchers.
There we go. The internet did not want me to be great. The internet does not want me to be great today. All right. Can you hear me, Mark?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Am I back?
Yes. Yep. We can hear you. There we go.
Yo, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Jesus, this internet does not want me to be great, but we're almost done. Thank you for pulling that up, Mark. That's what I wanted to show everybody. So you don't have to sit on your hands. You don't have to sit on your hands and wait. You can be building your team. And what if, could you imagine this, folks? What if you had 5 new people join your team before Profit Snatchers on Wednesday? and you gave them the same assignment. Wouldn't that be great? So anyway, we probably need to end this before the internet ends it for me. So, and then here's the deal: do the three-way calls. You know, definitely follow up on those prospects and let us know in marketing@iboomerang.com how you did for those 2 calls. We want to come back on next Saturday with massive results for how everybody did with this challenge. Can you guys do that? Can everybody do that? Can you help us with that? Awesome. Awesome. All right, well, listen, let's do this. Let's take our picture. We're super over time, but it was good. Let's take our picture and get everybody back to Saturday. We love you guys. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, enough posing. Love you guys. We'll look for you throughout the week. Let's do this, and we're going to follow up with the trainings that we promised. See you guys.
Love you, ambassadors.